everyone. Hello everyone. Now I was telling about the basics of computer knowledge which I have after completed my BSc Computer Science, and now I was pursuing MSc Computer Science in first year. Computer is work on only binary, just one or zero, or you can call zero, zero and one. Okay, so there are computer is made of several material. Just we can call it a standard input output device, and other pre, first we talk about a standard input device, which is our keyboard, and just input device is our mouse. And in input device there is two standard input which comes keyboard and mouse. The mouse is not standard input device, and the output device which include our monitor, which we call console, and printer. Printer is a just device, output device, but console means the monitor, uh, not the monitor, the console. The console is the standard output device. Okay. And after that there is storage device, which we will discuss: primary storage, secondary storage. There are two types of storage. Before that, no, we will. And another thing I want to discuss about processor. There are three types of processor: the ALU, arithmetic logical unit; the microprocessor, which you called it control unit; and another processor is ALU, arithmetic logical unit. The There are three types. Okay, I will tell you. I was tell you. So we will first talk about the uh, preprocessor, not the preprocessor. What is called control unit, or the CPU, the brain of computer. The first one, the central processing unit, which is the brain which can perform any task on the computer. And another is ALU, arithmetic logical unit, or math coprocessor, which we called to the second one. They are both at current computers, both in a single chip. The I was telling this all about hardware, like you can physically touch that thing. So there is Intel processor, suppose i3. They are integrated side by side, or upside or downside, side by side, I guess, on the same processor. ALU and CU, control unit, means CPU. And another is GPU. Yeah, GPU is graphical processing unit, whichever we see on the display. As our CPU is also can perform that, but which required the what we call, they need GPU is better for that task. Okay. So generally, if you laptop have two fans, the fans, exhaust fans. So first one is from your processor, which includes control unit, CPU, and the ALU, arithmetic logical unit. And the second one fan is for GPU, graphical processing unit, whichever, suppose high gaming, which requires graphics. So that's why, or the to train the MLA, machine learning model, LLM, large language model. So there need to make many calculation in a single time. So ALU, not ALU, though GPU can handle this task. Okay, GPU have many cores, but CPU have generally 2, 6, 8 like cores. My CPU have two cores. Oh, yeah, Intel i3. My CPU was, yeah, Intel i3. So after that, I tell you three processors. After that, I tell you three processors. First one is CU control unit. Second one is ALU, arithmetic logical unit. They are both combined on a processor. And third one is graphical processing unit, which will be dedicated, not come in single like in sorry, single processor. Like the all three are not combined. I have till now not seen they are combined. Okay, so there is chance they are combined on a single processor. So, okay, so now we go to the storage device type. There are two types of storage, which include: first one is primary storage, second one is secondary storage. Of course, the primary storage is connected to the our CPU or the processors. The processor is right word. The primary storage to connected to the processor, and secondary is not directly connected to the processor, I guess. whenever our program needs to run, the program is stored in always secondary storage, that goes to the primary storage and then go to the CPU. Same way the CPU needs to find anything, the CPU look particular thing in the primary storage, and after that it didn't find, then look in the secondary storage. Okay, till here we are clear. So in primary storage there is two types. First is RAM, random access memory, and the ROM. Okay, read only memory. So first I was tell about the RAM. So I already tell RAM is a random access memory and it's volatile memory. What's the meaning of volatile? When till your computer have power, the RAM data, what the store data in RAM till here. After power gone, the data is also gone. Suppose you are writing program and currently your computer power got doesn't have power. So you, if you don't save your program, then the program will gone. You need to write again the program. Okay, random access memory. It use what structure I currently not remember is, but yeah. And the ROM is also volatile memory. It's also gone by having gone power, but it's fast and it's no, its ROM is not volatile. The wait a second. In RAM, there is two type: SRAM and DRAM, means static RAM and dynamic RAM. Which I told you is the dynamic RAM, which suppose my laptop have Intel i3 processor and the RAM it will first 8 GB and I upgraded it to 12 GB. So it was the dynamic RAM which I was using, and the static RAM it is called as cache memory, CACHE, cache memory. I know, I guess cache is called CACHE, cache memory. It is used like it is store, what we call it is plot on the motherboard, not this motherboard, on the CPU, on the central processing unit. There is L1, L2, L3 caches. L1 is L1, L2 are the in the suppose my processor have Intel i3 have two cores, so each course have L1, L2, and second one is also have L1, L2, and L3 is the accessible for all the processor, but it include in the processor. Okay, so L1, L2, L3, there are three types of caches. Generally, I have three. There are L4, L5, I guess, have, but my processor currently have L1, L2, L3. Your processor also having this. So this cache is whenever computer needs something or store something, this cache is the primary first thing where your computer store in L1. L1 is full, then L2, and again if L1, L2 are full, then it will store in L3. After that, it will search or store in RAM, and after hard drive. Okay, this will continue the flow. So we cover SRAM, I guess. SRAM is cache memory. Dynamic RAM is our general purpose RAM we use in our computer to maximize the performance, I guess. Dynamic RAM, yeah. General purpose RAM, our computer. I don't have exact word at the time, but okay. So after RAM, we shift to the ROM, which is the second type of our primary storage. Which primary storage come RAM or ROM. So we cover RAM. After we are covering ROM, read only memory. So this is like on the motherboard there is a chip, RAM chip, we call it BIOS chip, is integrated on the motherboard. You don't need to buy extra ROM. It is integrated on motherboard, which have instruction to the computer how it start. Like whenever your computer is shut down, you press power on button. How the process is work? They check the all the connection. Hard drive is connected. My CPU is currently working, or start the CPU. All the process related to computer starting, it is written in a ROM, which is read only memory. There are types in read only memory, I forgot to tell. So first type is EPROM, programmable ROM. I guess EPROM, electrical programmable ROM, and there are little confusion. Okay, we can't stop the video. I was recording in the iPhone, which don't have pause video in cinematic button. Normal video can be paused, but cinematic video can't. So I was recording in cinematic. So okay, I try another. In the read-only memory ROM, there is two types: programmable ROM. They all are programmable. In the programmable, there is a erasable EPROM, which can be erased. So programmable ROM, which includes our computer have on the motherboard, which is one time programmed. After that we can't erase, which is used in our current computers, like on the motherboard from the factory. So how it computer start their instruction on the that ROM, read only memory, which is called PROM, programmable ROM. And I guess erasable is not like applicable here. Is I'll tell you, in the erasable EPROM, which is called, okay, we discuss PROM, which is on our motherboard, which is responsible to check the hardware or start. Whenever we press start button, their task is to check everything and start the computer. Then EPROM, electrical programmable, not electrical, erasable programmable read only memory. So electrical erasable programmable, which comes under two types, which is UV EPROM, ultraviolet erasable programmable ROM, and EEPROM, electrical erasable read only memory. So UV is I guess not used still, but it's used UV method to erase and program on the ROM. And E means, of course, electrical erasable, which means it will use electricity to erase and program the ROM. At like third year of computer science, I discuss our pen drive, the small one we are used to 4 GB, 8 GB, 22 GB, or 29, 32 GB, and whatever 64 we use to our computer phone using OTG. That comes under EEPROM, electrical erasable programmable read only memory. Okay, so we discuss everything, I guess, on the ROM. So till here. Oh, there is secondary storage. Secondary storage include hard disk, I guess, I mean the HDD, hard disk drive, and the SSD or a CD. We call the hard disk. HDD is like a spinning disk, and the angle which read write data. It was generated heat because it's a spinning disk, and this store data using magnetic field, but it needs electricity to use their material. Inside there is moving part, like wave motor, they need electricity, but it store data using magnetic field. And the SSD is like currently NVMe SSD or SATA SSD. They are quite fast compared to the HDD. Also expensive, but they don't use moving parts. They don't get heat up like that the HDD was heating because of the moving part, but SSD don't have moving parts, so it don't get that hot. It get hot, but compared to moving parts, HDD. So SSD is like a fast one because it using NAND. NAND gets, I guess, we called it that technology. Uh, and apart from that, we CD using UV lights to be stored data. Yeah, I guess everywhere data is stored in one on zero. In the UV is also UV or CD. We have if I suppose it's CD, I was doing this, then flash on the light, this ring like CD. So everywhere, so it will be like CD. Using use the method was used. It was like UV method to on the CD to plot the data, 0 or 1. If suppose we send the UV light, if the light came back to us, it will be count as 1, and if didn't count reflect to us, it will be count as 0. So everywhere data will be stored at 0 was same for hard drive, which is electromagnetic, north pole, south pole. There is suppose in a pole come, it will count as north, or the other is south, count as 0, or 1 is counted 1. and same logic apply for the NVMe or the SATA SSD we call solid state drive. If the electricity is there, the count as 1, and if the transistor does not have electricity, then count as 0. So there are tiny transistor in the NVMe SSD. Sorry. So okay, there is also we cover standard input output device. Standard output device is like output device is console. Standard input device is a keyboard. After that, CPU we cover ALU control units means CPU, and GPU graphical processing unit. And after that we storage type, second first in primary storage, then is secondary storage. Inside primary there is RAM and ROM. Inside RAM there is static RAM or dynamic RAM. Static RAM means the cache memory in our CPU. Dynamic RAM means our dynamical memory, suppose 8 GB 12 GB our computer specification when we check our computer. RAM. Okay. After that, in primary storage there is ROM. After RAM and ROM, the ROM includes read only memory, which have many types. So first we discuss programmable ROM, PROM, which is used in our motherboard to program, which is decide after computer press start button. When we press start button, what our computer internally do, check everything, and all the instruction related that is stored in programmable ROM. And there is another type which is EPROM, means erasable programmable ROM. The first one is just PROM, which we can't erase after declaring, after making the chip and install the one time we can program. Then the second one I was telling, the EPROM, I guess erasable programmable ROM, which also have two types. One is electricity, using electricity, which is EEPROM, electrical erasable ROM, electrical erasable programmable ROM, read only memory. And another is UV ultraviolet uh, erasable PROM, UV EPROM. Okay, so there are two types there. So one is using electricity and another is like UV light. I tell you EEPROM, electrical erasable programmable read only memory. Like the example pen drive we are using, that also have EEPROM. From I cover primary storage, I guess, which include RAM, ROM, and other things in that. So in secondary storage, there hard disks, SSD, and also NVMe. SSD and NVMe is same thing, not same, quite different, but generally the same one, I guess. And there is the CD we discuss. Uh, yeah, they are stored everywhere in the computer. RAM, primary storage, secondary storage, data is stored in only zero or one. Everywhere in the we are discussing secondary storage, hard disk or SSD or CD. Their data is stored, but in the hard disk, data is stored in magnetic field format. In the SSD solid state drive, data is stored is electrical format in the little transistors, which when the data is present it will be counted as 1, and if not is 0. And third one is CD, is using ultraviolet rays to plot their data or retrieve data. If they reflect data, it count as 1. If doesn't reflect, it count as 0. Okay, till here we are can like what you call, we forgot motherboard. So motherboard is an essential component. Without motherboard, our all parts like all the secondary storage, hard disk, CD, and the primary storage, RAM, ROM. So in ROM, I guess read only memory, this PROM, I tell you, this is plotted on the motherboard already when we get motherboard. And other component RAM we plot on that. The CPU is on the motherboard. Everything which I tell you on the motherboard, and there are buses in the motherboard, which like the what we call data bus, address bus, and control bus. The first we get what address bus which tells the address where to data need to transfer and which location data need to store. Then data bus which actually transfers the data, and the control bus tells the stop the data, we are full here, or whatever controls the data like send now or stop currently, and send whatever the transaction happen in the two bus, the control bus will control that. So I guess, yeah, everything I tell you in currently, I am not remembering everything, but yeah, so that's all the basic knowledge of computer I have, I guess, till now. Okay, for now. So thank you.